High school math scores are adding up, but literacy skills are on the downturn. A key finding in this year's Fraser Institute Secondary School report card is that grade 9 students are improving in math, while literacy marks for grade 10 students are declining, which is the exact opposite for elementary students who took the tests in grades 3 and 6. Here in Mississauga, the Woodland School is among the top scorers in this year's Fraser Institute Secondary School report card with a score of 8.3 out of 10. The principal says that among a strong school community, they also have a program called Counting on You. It helps people that are struggling with numeracy and literacy skills after school, as well as prepares them for EQAO tests.
Through our professional development with teachers, we are emphasizing that students need to understand that the learning is what's important, and to value that more than marks as feedback. Literacy and numeracy is supported throughout the curriculum. It's not seen as a math department's responsibility or an English department's responsibility, but everyone's responsibility. Further to that, with 21st century teaching and learning, instructional technology and the opportunity to bring your own device is seen throughout the schools. That really helps with student engagement.
In Halton Region, Iroquois Ridge High School finds itself on the Fraser Institute's list of the top 10 high schools, with a score of 9 out of 10 when it comes to standardized testing in literacy and numeracy.
One thing that I'm proud of is, even with my program leaders, our whole job is to push others forward. And that whole concept of being the best you can be is really, really important. So some of us, as a principal or a vice principal, yes, we're the leaders of the building, but now it's our job to push our program leaders to a higher level, and likewise with our informal leaders, pushing them forward in their growth and development.
In Durham Region, for the past 2 years, G.L. Roberts Collegiate Vocational Institute has been creating programs to help students catch up academically to meet provincial standards. The Oshawa School, with 530 students, is one of the bottom schools in Durham in this year's report card, with a score of 3.8 out of 10 and ranks at 663 out of 740 secondary schools across Ontario. The school has a higher number of special needs students than other schools, and teachers have developed one-on-one programs to help students with organizational skills.
Our Student Success Program, I think, is fairly unique here in the board in that it's very, very specific and targeted interventions that are provided for students. It's windows of opportunity to get them back on track very quickly and reintegrate them back into the classroom. The students get very quick feedback in terms of their successes, and that in itself is very encouraging for them and for parents.
In Toronto, a public high school in North York faces similar challenges and was one of 3 schools in the board that received a 0 out of 10. Nelson A. Boylan Secondary School is located within an area designated as one of Toronto's high priority neighborhoods and one of Toronto District School Board's high schools in most need of the board's help. The principal acknowledges Boylan currently sits in second spot on the TDSB's Learning Opportunity Index, a ranking that factors low income, parents with low education, single parent homes, and instances of social assistance in the school's area.
So our students do come to us and they have some gaps in their knowledge. But throughout the 4 or 5 years that our students spend in the school, by working closely with each student, we are able to have a very high success rate and graduation rate. So again, we're able to do that by individualizing the educational needs of each and every student, working with that student to get the most from them in order to get them to be successful.
In York Region, Father Michael McGivney is among the fastest improving schools. The Markham School is ranked 103rd out of 740 schools in Ontario. Previously, the school had an average ranking of 174 over the past 5 years.
We work in partnership with our parent community, with the parents, because nothing can happen without the parents being involved as well. So we engage parents, we engage the students, we engage our teachers, and often we come up with a plan for what will work for that particular student.
Students design their own lab experiments and are given the opportunity to make mistakes, which they are expected to correct on their own. Also among the fastest improving schools is Fletcher's Meadow Secondary School in Brampton. Fletcher's Meadow made the Fraser Institute's list of fastest improving high schools in Peel with a score of 6.7 out of 10 and a rise in the overall rankings to number 273 out of 740 high schools across Ontario. The principal remembers a time in the recent past when out of the high school's 1,450 students, as many as 250 were arriving late every day.
There's a significant number of students late every day. We don't start till 9 o'clock, which is a pretty late start for high school, so it was kind of shocking to me to see that many kids just kind of strolling in and milling about. So together with my 3 vice principals, we sat down and we came up with a plan and sent some messages home through the automated voicemail phone system, sent some info home in a newsletter, talked to kids over announcements, and started a late desk. And we're down to about 30 kids late a day, which for me is still too many, but it's different kids each day.
For the Toronto Sun, I'm Jenny Ewan.